The reviews are in, and Todd Vandenberg and I, Rob Steele, are here to tell you what they are. Which is weird, because actually, we usually review 3 movies a show. And we are on this one, except both of us watched one of them. But we're not starting with it. We're going to put that one right in the middle as a segue, because it has 2 wheels and gyroscopes already set up. So we are going to start with something, Todd, that you saw, Proud Mary, which... My only question is, did she roll through the entire movie?
She kind of did roll through the entire movie.
Keep on roll. That's all I know about Proud Mary.
Proud Mary. Proud Mary stars Taraji-p-henson, a wonderful actress. She is a hit man. That's what it says. Okay, it says a hit woman. She is a hit person who works for a big drug empire and crosses paths with a kid, decides to be a good person and take care of the kid. And things continue to go bad from there on out throughout the movie. Lots of gun violence, lots of action, lots of dramatic emoting in a good way because it's Taraji-p-henson. She's really, really good. The movie itself it's good. It's worth watching. If I had gone to see it at the theaters which I wanted to, and kind of ran out of time, and 2 weeks later it was gone. And on a kind of an aside, that's largely the fault of the film studio because they basically just dumped it, didn't really feel like promoting it, which is weird because, like I said, it's a pretty good movie. And if they had gotten behind it and spent some money in actually trying to do something with this movie, I think it would have done pretty well. It wound up making a whopping $20 million. That's it. It should have done much better because it's a good movie. It's entertaining. It's worth watching. Could have been better, because, frankly, the plot could have used a little more work, but the acting is really, really good. It's the one thing that disappointed me, I guess, the most is because it started off with so much promise, because the credits are very, very early 70s blaxploitation / action picture style credits. Bright colors, big blocky letters, and the theme is Papa Was a Rolling Stone. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this movie is like a perfect recreation of those late 60s, early 70s style movies. And then it isn't. It kind of strays from that path. Like I said, it's worth watching, and Taraji-p-henson is fantastic in it. She's great. Absolutely worth watching just for her. And then the soundtrack, of course, does have Proud Mary in it. Soundtrack is great in this movie. And you were talking on Sunday's show about a soundtrack for HBO's Watchmen, that would be worth listening to. Same thing with this movie. The soundtrack is a big part of it. It's not like almost another character like Baby Driver, but it's important, and it's great music. She's fantastic. It's definitely worth watching. So, by all means, catch Proud Mary. It's a shame that the theater didn't believe in it, because I do. It was very good.
So, something to watch. Part 1. But did Part 2 come up with anything worth watching? And we both watched this movie. It's out now for home theaters. Not in the theater anymore, but it was actually, I think it might still be in theaters, in like the dollar theaters and stuff, because this movie made a lot more money than it should have in my mind.
Really?
Jurassic-World Part 2. It had a subtitle, but I've forgotten what it is.
Fallen Kingdom.
Thank you.
Which fits in a lot of ways.
It does, because they took Jurassic Park and it done blowed up because there's a volcano on the island, because apparently the guy who created the park didn't bother to do a geological survey or something.
And volcanoes just erupt from nowhere all the time.
Well, I mean, haven't you watched, Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones, where there's a volcano under Los Angeles?
Los Angeles, yeah. Yeah, that's where this volcano came from, too. It's like, yeah, this is just beyond stupid. But anyway.
So what'd you think?
I thought it was a semi-entertaining cash grab, which never should have been made. I'll
agree.
I spent a whopping $4 to rent it, and I'm sorry I spent the $4. I wish I had waited until it was on Amazon or Netflix for free. It wasn't. It's got Chris Pratt, yay! It's got Bryce Dallas Howard, yay! Although Chris Pratt, he's good in this movie. playing that character. It's an interesting character. She is not as good as she was in Jurassic World because they don't have one of the fun. Yeah, they don't have the script. One of the fun parts of Jurassic World, at least, was the dynamic between the two of them. They were so combative. Well, there's a less of that in this one, which I can kind of see, but it would have been more entertaining. The big problem with this is the payoff. The big monster dinosaur. That's kind of the problem with the Jurassic World to me, is Indominus Rex. It's a fake dinosaur and they created it, but you're taking away from the whole point of the movie. It's like dinosaurs. Millions of kids know all these dinosaurs, and it's like, okay, well, that's not a real one. And I'm sure in some cases, oh, that's really cool. Well, in this one, the Indoraptor, it's a terrible name to begin with, but it's like, no, they crossbred. Well, they haven't crossbred, but they use the genetics between raptors and the Indominus Rex. So now they create this,
which is already part raptor, and so now it's even more part raptor.
And it's smaller. It's still big enough to kill people and be scary and blah blah blah, but it lacks the menace. I mean, what was the menacing thing of the first movie? Tyrannosaurus Rex, which is in pop culture has been like the apex predator of the planet forever. And kind of like in reality too, back in the day. And now they've got this thing that's maybe it's basically it's kind of like a fast crocodile. I was like, I don't care. It's not particularly. It really isn't that scary because at any moment there's something bigger out there that can take care of it. Which, spoiler alert, and I don't care. It gets taken care of at the end of the movie. And I don't care if I spoiled it because you shouldn't watch this movie right now because you can't watch it for free. So don't watch it for $4. Wait until it's on Netflix. Then watch it and it's like, yeah, okay. The biggest problem with this movie is the best scene. Again, like we were talking before, the best scene in this movie happens after the movie is over. And they're talking about, okay, I won't spoil this part, but basically one of the big ones got away, I'll just say that. And this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailers, and they show the Mosasaurus. People are surfing on a giant wave, and their Mosasaurus is within the wave, and it starts coming out. That's after the action of the movie is over. That's the best scene in the whole thing. And I don't think anyone...
And they don't finish it.
And they don't finish it. I don't think anyone would argue that. That's a great scene.
I think that one escaped... before the island even blew up, because there was the part of it where they've got the big door that's supposed to keep everybody in, and the door doesn't close.
Right, so that escaped before the movie, like basically at the beginning of the movie, it escaped, started. And then they come back to it, which is cool. They came back to it, but that should have been the payoff scene, and they should have finished it. And when the best part of a movie is a throwaway scene, the whole movie's a throwaway to me. Now Rob will say how much he loved it and why I'm wrong.
No. Okay, so how many memorable characters were in this movie? Let's see. You've got the Endoraptor, which kind of sounds like a car.
Yeah.
Someone's going to make a car called an Endoraptor.
From Kia.
I wrote down the characters in this movie. All right, by name. There's Zephram Cochrane, Star-Lord, Bryce Howard, and Jeff Goldblum. I don't care about anybody else. I didn't even bother to get the actors' names right. Star-Lord, yeah. Chris Pratt wasn't coming to me. I was going, it's Star-Lord.
The only one that was interesting to me was Chris Pratt's character, and that's because Chris Pratt conveys something on the screen. There wasn't anything for him to do in the script even. I mean, really. Jeff Goldblum was a total waste. It's kind of cool to see him, but he's only in there so people will say, oh my God, I got to see this because Jeff Goldblum is in it. He's absolutely wasted. Bryce Dallas Howard has nothing to do.
Goldblum was 15 seconds at the beginning of the movie and 30 at the end? Something like that?
Basically, yeah.
And what's he doing? He's talking to Congress. It's Congress. They're not going to do anything anyway. Why are we watching this scene?
Oh my God, that's so exciting. He's testifying in front of the Senate hearing. The movie is, the script is...
What script? Did they have a script?
Yeah, I mean, it's got chase scenes and it's kind of exciting, except, Bryce Dallas Howard's not going to get killed. Chris Pratt's not going to get killed. Everybody else, who cares? Even if they're supposed to be likable characters, even if it's the requisite little kid who has to be in every movie, and there's kind of a cool twist with that, but that payoff comes at the very end of the movie and they don't really do anything with it.
Actually, for me, it came in about halfway through the movie where I went,
yeah,
they do that to this character, and then they just kind of verify it at the end. And by then, I was like,
but they did,
okay,
but they did nothing with it.
No.
If they had done something with it, and I guess the payoff could come in Jurassic World Cash Grab 3, whatever they're going to call the sequel, because there'll be a sequel because it made a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
But that would have been an interesting subplot. That would have been interesting if that had been the plot and the dinosaurs were the subplot. That would have been an interesting twist. Instead, it's
would
just,
have worked.
Oh, let's watch the dinosaurs run amok and kill people, because I've never seen that before. Oh, my gosh. It's
Well, see, for me, I remember watching Jurassic Park, the first one.
Yes.
I do not remember watching 2, 3, and I know I didn't watch Jurassic World 1. Because I'd seen this already. It was called Jurassic Park. And the 5 billion other movies. I'm going to lump Godzilla into that. Bear with me on this, because what do we have? Big lizard terrorizes fill in the blank. A park, a city, an ocean, a planet, whatever. It's kind of the same thing going on here. Oh, there's a volcano in this one. Yeah, whatever. I like the idea that, and this is the way I wrote him down, Zephram Cochrane's protege. That's how much I did not care about any of these characters. Zephram Cochrane's protege wants to weaponize the dinosaurs. It's in the trailer. I'm not giving anything away. I like the idea of someone wanting to do that, even though it's a bad thing to do. Did it work? No. Oh, sorry. Was that a spoiler too? You mean the good guys win in a Jurassic Park movie? No, can't be. It's called Jurassic World now, Rob. They could lose that. No, they couldn't. It's a cookie cutter plot movie, and it's fun. I mean, I watched it with my wife and my kids, and we're all going, it's kind of a fun movie. But why did we pay for this again? We could have watched this for free in about a month.
Yeah, with a wife and kids kind of thing, I can see. Yeah, it's fun, but it's fun like cotton candy. It's like, do you remember half an hour later what happened? That you even had it?
It's dissolved by now.
Yeah, it's and it's sad because Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Toby Jones is in it. He's wasted. Jeff Goldblum, like you said, he's got. By
wasted, he means sober. They just didn't do anything with his character.
Yeah, it would have been fun if he had been wasted. It would have been more interesting. Jeff Goldblum has, a minute and a half. B.D. Wong, he has basically a cameo. It's just. This could have been a really, really good movie if they'd had a semblance of a plot. And I guess we shouldn't say that. It does have a plot. It just doesn't have a good plot. It has, dinosaurs are running around, I'm in peril. Oh, dinosaurs are running around, I'm in peril. It's like, gee, that's the easy part. Anybody could have done that, and obviously I think anybody did.
But there's a volcano, so the dinosaurs are in peril too.
It's just...
Yeah, that's not enough of a plot twist to keep me interested, sorry.
And what's weird, I mean, this is the guy who wrote Jurassic World, which is a pretty good movie. I just don't... Colin Trevorrow, and... he's done some pretty good work. Not this time. He's not the only writer credited. But, dude, this is not... One thing that scares me, he's one of the co-writers for Star Wars Episode 9.
Brace yourself.
Yeah. So, now the good news is he also directed a great movie, Safety Not Guaranteed. Not going to say anything else about it other than just Google it and find it and watch it, because that's a great movie.
That's the shortest review we're ever going to have on this show.
Well, at some point I'll review that, like maybe next week. So he can do great work, but this was not there. Oh, and director...
Well, let's end on a good note with something that people should see.
Yes, let's.
It was kind of a surprising movie to me, because I keep seeing commercials for rock movies. And I keep going, really? Is that going to be good? And then for some reason, I'm perpetually surprised by them. No, I have not seen Tooth Fairy. This movie was called Skyscraper, and from the trailers, it really just looks like The Rock remade Die Hard. And did he? Kinda. The first thing that happens in the movie is we see The Rock as an FBI special agent who gets caught in a bomb blast and loses a leg. Yeah, that's right. The Rock loses a leg, making this the debut of The Rock as the one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. But wait, there's more. Once the Pearl, which is the tallest skyscraper in the world, where The Rock now works as a security consultant, is taking over, thus starting the actual plot, we find that he hasn't used a gun in the 10 years since the incident and relies heavily on duct tape. So, that makes him the one-legged MacGyver in an ass-kicking contest. But wait, we're still not done. His family lives in the building as well, and he has to rescue his twin kids. Not so much Neve Campbell, because that's Lee's job. Because she pretty much holds her own and doesn't need saving very often. So now he's a one-legged family MacGyver in an ass-kicking contest. But is it really Die Hard? Yeah, actually pretty much. There are some tweaks here and there, but it really is Die Hard with some updated and actually rather well-used special effects. Is it as good as the original Die Hard? Probably not. But honestly, it really isn't that far off. It was a fun thrill ride of a movie that had just enough Bruce Willis-y quips, no yippee-ki-yay, but that's okay, to keep it going. And that's fine. You really don't need them. It was a fun movie that's, I think, worth probably even 2 watches, because you're going to get enough out of it. So, this year The Rock has got 2 non-Oscar contender movies so far that are really fun, with Rampage and Skyscraper. And yes, I still call him The Rock because I cannot call him Dwayne Johnson yet.
He's The Rock.
I keep watching him in the WWE ring in my head, because that's where I saw him first. So he'll always be The Rock in my head, which gets heavy after a while and is probably giving me spinal damage. But Skyscraper was a good movie. It was fun. It was worth seeing. So, go rent it or something, or buy the DVD. It's now available in stores.
He should always be The Rock, because that was his acting school. Was The Ring.
Where he actually did once beat up a one-legged man, I think. I'm trying to remember his name. Do you remember the one-legged wrestler they had for a while?
I do not remember that person's name, but I know who you're talking about.
Zach Gowen. There we go.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's 2 circles for Rob in 1 week. Pretty good.
Twice in a week. Wow.
Now I'm looking forward to watching Skyscraper, because based on your recommendation, I watched Rampage and was very happy with it. Much happier than I was with Jurassic-World Fallen Kingdom, aka Cash Grab. And at some level, basically all movies are cash grabs. I get that. No one's making movies so they can lose money. But hopefully you should have some goal.
I don't know. Have you seen... Never mind.
Yeah, the endless list. So now I'm more interested, I should say, in watching Skyscraper. Hopefully I'll have a chance to view it this week.
I'm going to throw a spoiler in, though, because there was one thing in Skyscraper that's going to irk the crap out of everybody.
Is it Hans Gruber? That's the only way it could have been as good as Die Hard. But anyway, yes.
Like I said, they lived in this building.
Yes.
Now, if you've seen the trailer, you know that the building spends most of the movie on fire.
Yes.
So the place where they live has been destroyed pretty much. The Rock had the last line in the movie, which was where this is not a spoiler, really, because they're not going to kill the kids. They're not going to kill Neve Campbell. So The Rock is taking his wife and his kids away from the building, and his last line is, "Let's go home." Rock, in the background of this building, in the background of this scene is your home, and it's still on fucking fire.
Well,
let's not go there. You just escaped from it.
I would take.
Other than that,
I would take it as that he's a security expert, right? And he's assigned to us to figure out the flaws in this thing. So they had just moved there. I would take it.
They moved there 6 months ago.
I would take it that way. Yeah. So I guess he's talking about going home
I'm just saying.
Home to the Rock homestead. Maybe they're going to the WWE. That's what it is.
Someone should have had.
He's going to be at WrestleMania with Neve Campbell ringside.
There you go.
Lee would be happy.
Someone in the editing process should have gone,
yeah.
Can we change that last line?
Yes. That would have been a good time for product placement. Let's go to Taco Bell, America's favorite Mexican restaurant.
Oy. You know what? I think that's a good note to end the show on. I feel like getting tacos now anyway because I forgot to get breakfast this morning.
Oh, shame on you.
So, you know what? I want you to go watch a movie and then come back on Sunday and listen to the news show. So, there we go. Happy show, everyone. Go watch a movie.
That's pretty much it.